Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel, and today I want to talk about the previews, this 30th anniversary previews, okay? Or not really, what it's not showing. Now, I have this theory, and it kind of works for me when it comes to companies, is what are they not telling you? Like, when you look at something that's trying to hype up, always look at what they're not saying. I know it sounds weird, but what's not being shown, if it's new, why is it not being shown? And this is where this rant comes in. I'm a fan of the old world. I tried to make this video old world only, but honestly, when I started seeing how little they were getting supported and, how Games Workshop kind of stopped caring about them, and it feels like they're not caring. I'm not saying it's dead, okay? Don't say that. I didn't say that. But it does look like Games Workshop are not supporting it as much as they should. And this is not as a fan, by the way. This is not me saying, oh, they're not supporting my game and I'm so sad. No, this is coming from years of experience as a games journalist. Say, when a developer or publisher released a brand new game, even if it was bad, it always had a lot of spotlight on it until, after the reviews came in and it was good, it got more, shown off a lot more. If it was bad, they kind of hid it. And the old world has had so many good reviews, by the way. A lot of people are loving that game. And so, this is what they're not saying. Now, if we can have a quick look, so we can just talk about you have this new orc, which I don't like. I really don't like this model. I think it's too busy. That orc head is stupid. I mean, why you show off that head and not the other head, which has a nice iron jaw on it, and looks like an orc? This doesn't look like an orc. It just looks like someone said, well, he's green. It looks more like an Aldar model than he does an orc head. Why is it out? It's just stupid. And again, this blade is a Votan blade. That looks like a Votan blade, not a Custodes blade. If I was to get this for my Custodes, I'd get rid of that, and I'd replace that with a proper Guardian Spear. Anyway, so I'm not going to rant about these. And of course, tactical. Oh god, that's a meme at this point. Warcry. I don't really have much interest in Warcry. Blood Bowl. I only read the lore. So yeah, so that's it. However, this is where the problem comes in. There's no Age of Sigmar, no Horus Heresy, and no the old world. Now, I can understand why there's no Horus Heresy. We've had three big announcements for the Horus Heresy. Not in the last 3 weeks. We've had the new Siege console, we've had Idrid Har, and Tibalt Mar in the last 3 weeks. So that's fine. We've had big reveals for the Horus Heresy. There's no reason to repeat themselves. And Age of Sigmar, I don't really follow Age of Sigmar. So it's kind of weird of this but not being here. It's not that I don't like the game, okay? It's nothing about that. So it's kind of weird they're not here. But I've heard rumours that there's a new edition coming out soon, which makes sense. And finally, there is the old world, the old edition. And here's my theory about this. They don't want the old world to overtake Age of Sigmar because of the potential customer loss. Now, let's just stick with the lore of the armies that were about at that time. Not talking about legacy armies, okay? We're not going down the legacy army list because I want to keep some models still available. But the ones that are in the lore, you would still have, and it'll be just easier for me to tell you what you got rid of. Stormcast Eternals, literally the poster boys of the Age of Sigmar will be gone. Completely. That entire faction's gone. Completely. Gone. You'd have things like a lot of the Ozark Blood Bone Reapers, they're gone. Flesh Eater accounts, well, they could be vampire accounts, but not really. The other one, the Night Haunt, they'll be gone. That's 4 factions straight away because they don't exist within the old world at all. And you've got some major characters, which is Lumineth Elves, they're gone. The Idoneth Deepkin, they're gone. That's 4 factions gone. Straight away. Four factions are gone. Oh, but Teclis is about, but he didn't have that big old monster, did he? Let's not talk about the models that will be gone too, like the models from the Skaven will be gone, like such as the Storm Fiends. They're gone. And, like I said, the Gash and the Everqueen, they're gone. A lot of the Orruk are gone, the new guys, they're gone. They weren't about in the old world. They're gone. You'd only be left with the Orcs and the Goblins. And, certain models for Chaos will be gone. for no reason, because why aren't Chaos Demons available in the old world? No, especially anything. And of course you have, what else is gone? So, some of the Cities of Sigma stuff will be gone as well. Yeah, you would lose so much. And if we would go down the Legacy Army list, you would lose even more. But I'm not going to have a Legacy Army list. I want to go down the lore reasons. And while the lore reasons are a bit daft, they weren't really there. Yeah, the Skaven got their ass kicked just beforehand, but so did the Dark Elves. They both got their butts kicked. Fair enough. That's why they're not really within the area of the old world. But they still exist in the old world, by the way. So they should still be available to be used completely. Demons, I don't even understand the demons. Why demons aren't there? Demons are the standard of Games Workshop games. They're in everything like they should be. Okay? But apparently they don't exist anymore. Chaos Dwarves, I can understand that. They just don't care about those anymore. We're not going to see anything from Chaos Dwarves, so don't worry about that. But yeah. The same with, okay, I can understand the Lizardmen not being there. But kind of the same reason would say why the Tomb Kings shouldn't be there. Because they were too far away. Okay? So yeah. And of course you've got the new Lizardmen army models as well, which are no longer available or wouldn't be about during that time, because they were about only to the Age of Sigmar. So the amount they would lose for, and just like I said, I'm only using lore for this, because they can easily put those, legacy armies into the game properly, like they should have done from the start, to get more people to buy more models, rather than saying, no, you can't buy this for the old world, it's only a legacy army, you can't use it in tournaments. Yeah, I know you just bought it, but you can't use it in tournaments. Like, stupid stuff. Especially with the amount of Dark Elves which are available on the Games Workshop website as of this video. But yeah, and that's the reason. Now, the thing is, we've got to look at the other side as well. Like, look at Horus Heresy as well, and 40k. What would happen if, what would be lost if the Horus Heresy overtook the Warhammer 40k? What would you lose? Tyrannid Tau. That's it. Couple of Chaos models, that's it. And there's only a couple, by the way. Because the Demon Primarchs, they were running around at the Siege of Terror. You would lose the Nurgle vehicles, basically, and that's it. There were Helldrakes at the Siege of Terror. There were Hellbrutes at the Siege of Terror. There were Mauler Fiends at the Siege of Terror. The Warp Forge engines were there. The Demon engines were there. Completely. So, that's it. Let's talk about the Imperial Guard. Well, what about the Chimera? The Chimera tank was there. That Chimera Basilisk was there. They were still all there. Okay, and now let's talk about armies that aren't supported or don't even have rules. Could they have rules? What, the Eldar, the Necrons, and the Orcs? Yes, because they were around. We could still fight them within the time period of the Horus Heresy up to the end of the Siege of Terror. Eldar are mentioned in a couple of books. Even Angon has said how much he hates the Eldar. So we've got the Eldar there. Orcs, of course, because the whole thing didn't stop. It was literally started by the Orcs, because that's when Horus became War Master. So they have a pretty big part in the Horus Heresy. Yeah, we know about Erebus or Erebus, but yeah, Orcs are very important to the Horus Heresy, and they do need some rules, in my opinion. And Necrons, very, very few and far between, were about, because we know this because Sanguinius and the Silent King talked. So they can make, basically, Tyranids and Tau gone. And that's it. Compare that to what's lost from the Age of Sigmar. You've got the Age of Sigmar poster boys are gone, and that's a big one. And the major characters are gone. Okay, major characters will be gone. Oh, Primaris as well. We've got to say the Primaris are gone as well. Though, I got a real big feeling that they're going to try and push Primaris into the Horus Heresy. They even tried to make the Hellfire Bunker. It's in Horus Heresy. Even though it's a Primaris vehicle. Fortification. So yeah. So the Primaris stuff, that's literally it. Primaris, Tau, Tyranids, right? Not even the poster boys. Like we could just go back to just say, oh yeah, we're not making Primaris anymore, but this is just a mark of armor for the high-ranking veterans. Yes, that's the reason. You accept that law reason now. I mean, it's not hard to put the Primaris back into Horus Heresy, really. I mean, seriously. It's just like I said, make it just as a mark of armor, and that's it. That was specifically built for high-ranking people, But I'm not going to get into that. Like I said, it wouldn't be difficult, but they would be gone. That would be it. Basically, Primaris, But everything else, all the factions of this, oh yeah, you wouldn't have the Black Templars; they would be gone as well, and the Crimson and successor chapters, they would be gone. But here's the thing: they could push, and they look like they are, push towards the Scouring, which would sell more Horus Heresy models because you now have more successor chapters. And I know a lot of people argue whether or not the Scouring is part of the Horus Heresy. I kind of think it is. I don't think it ended with the death of Horus, because that's not really how wars end. They kind of end up with way after the cleanup and the routing of your enemy. The Scouring is the routing of chaos. It is. And if we talk about chaos as well, like, this is where it comes in. Chaos Spaceman Combat Patrol Box is a fantastic combat patrol box if you're doing word bearers, especially late heresy word bearers. It's fantastic for that. For Terminators, for Death Guard, again, we know the Death Guard existed as they are in 40k within the Horus Heresy. Same with the Noise Marines, the Khorne Berserkers, the Rubric Marines. They all existed as they are within the Horus Heresy. We know this, so they're not going to change. The Imperial Guard, again, like I said, the Chimera base chassis tank existed during that time. The Basilisk existed, the Baneblade existed. However, the Combat Patrol for the Imperial Guard is good enough to actually fit, and all the models fit within the Horus Heresy PDF. And that's it. So if Horus Heresy overtook Age of Sigmar, they would lose a couple of factions and the Primaris. That would be the worst thing. Where if the Old World overtook Age of Sigmar, you would lose so much more. This is my theory why they're not really showing off the Old World. And that's it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I didn't want this to be too much of a rant. I'm losing my voice at the moment. And I do hope you guys are doing well, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on this as well. I really do. And I'm sorry you've just been looking at this all the time. I was going to actually do a proper video on it, but it's just something that bugged me so much, and it's something I've been thinking about. Yeah, so your thoughts down below, as always. I like reading your comments down below. I've had some nice ones lately, and I like you guys. I think you're great. I'm getting a nice little community here of the same people coming up again and again. Again, you can disagree with me. Just be cordial about it. Don't be rude, and don't use bad language, because YouTube hides that stuff from me, and I find it really hard to talk to you if you swear. I'm not saying I'm against swearing. I'm not. I swear a lot, but it doesn't make it harder for me to find your comment. That's all it is. Anyway, links to Whaling Games down below if you wish to save 20% on your Warhammer. And what else? Whaling Games. There is also Forbidden Planet as well, for comics, DVDs, etc. My Comics. We want to see Little Red Riding Hood go nuts. And finally, my merchandise. And we'll have a good day. Bye bye.